Easily 3-star the Build-A-Base Bonanza challenges with this tutorial. The update is here, and to celebrate, we have a set of challenges, one for every Build-A-Haul, leading up to the brand new level 10. You will want to beat every single one of these in order to gain your new Battle Machine skin. Starting out with Build-A-Haul level 2, very straightforward this one. You only have the Barbarians and Archers at this level, 2 Sneaky Archers to the right double cannon, 1 to the left cannon, a Barbarian to the bottom of the Star Lab, and then 2 to the left of this. Maybe you hit that push trap, maybe you don't, but either way, they will move into the Archer Tower, and you're utilizing the troops to their strengths. The Barbarians have the increased damage for a few seconds, the Archers are invisible for a few seconds. I will be teaching you about all of the troops as we move through these challenge levels to help you with your regular attacks, but 3 stars on the board, nice and easy. Build-A-Haul 3, you now have access to the Boxer Giant and Beta Minion. Giant in from the right at the Star Lab, then 1 Archer from the left of the base, and 2 Archers at the top. We're essentially taking out all of the air targeting defenses. The Giant does have an ability you can press, or it will go off automatically before he goes down, where he's immune for a few seconds. At the left, once the Tesla is popped by the Archer, feel free to just send in your 3 Beta Minions from a distance to take that out. The Beta Minions have a passive ability where they deal more damage and are faster from a greater range for the first couple of shots. After the Tesla's destroyed though, they will freely move through the rest of the base. We're starting to feel good about ourselves outplaying the ground and air defenses, but that's just one simple strategy I will be showing you as we move through. We now have 6 stars in total. On to the next. 2 new troops are unlocked at Build-A-Haul 4, the Bomber and the Baby Dragon. For this challenge though, start with the Boxer Giant up top, followed by the Archers onto each of the buildings around this, and then the Bomber behind the Giant. Once the Bomber moves in towards the Archer Tower, press its ability and it will bounce the bomb much like a bowler. This is an ability we can use again and again. The one-time Giant ability can just go off automatically, and then place your Baby Dragon at the bottom of the army camp to the opposite side of the base. It does have its Tantrum passive effect, where it is dealing extra damage when not in range of other air troops, much like the home village, but it also has a Sneeze ability. Press this once it gets to the Archer Tower, it will deal extra damage, and once that Archer Tower is destroyed, again there are no air targeting defenses left, so the Baby Dragon is free to move around and clear the rest of this base for another 3-star. Build-A-Haul 5, you now have access to the Battle Machine and Cannon Cart. We will start with the Cannon Cart on the bonfire to the left. Leave it in cannon mode initially because it deals damage faster. Notice the ring around it. This is what the range would be if you switch it to mortar mode. You will do this once it is fired 4 shots to the Elixir Collector. 3, 4, switch it. This means it will outrange the short-ranged Archer Tower. Your Battle Machine to the top right to go after the Build-A-Haul, and notice that once the short-range Archer Tower goes down, the ring doesn't cover any other buildings, so the mortar will not be able to fire anything. You have to switch it to cannon mode. Once the ring goes over the double cannon and the firecrackers, switch it back to the mortar mode. Bomber to the right of the gold mine and instantly press its ability, and then use the Boxer Giant in front of the Battle Machine before it takes down the Elixir storage. We've still got lots of abilities to use. Baby Dragon, place it on the army camp, and then the Battle Machine ability is good to go. Press it as he moves into the base, but you will notice he has levels to the ability. So it's not a case of just spamming it like you used to. As you move up, he deals more damage, gets greater health regeneration, and at levels 2 and 3, chains through numerous buildings. So there's a bit of a risk versus reward now. Bomber ability, use whenever you can, and the Baby Dragon, you can deal extra damage onto any of these buildings. The mortar, you do have to keep remembering to switch it back whenever it's out of range, but that will crush this base. Another 3 stars. Build-A-Haul 6. This is the first level where we have a multi-stage. So after we 3-star this one, the troops will move to the northwest through the cave to the second village, where we are aiming for 6 stars. Start out with a Giant above the clock tower and 1 above the Star Lab. Follow each of these with one of your newly unlocked Night Witches, and then instantly press the 2 Witch abilities to spawn the Raged Bats. Once the clock tower and lab go down, Battle Machine in next to the bonfire, he will move to the center. With the archers, one in between the two army camps to the left. When the Tesla pops, place another on top of that, and do exactly the same to the right. Notice that each of the troops have a number next to them. This is so that you can easier manage their abilities in the troop bar, especially when you have duplicate of the same troop. It can still be confusing. I hope I get used to it, but the battle machine ability should be able to charge to the 3rd level. If you can hold this until he gets to the crusher, that is the place to use it, and you should easily get through this first stage holding on to at least a bunch of troops. As long as you hold on to one Night Witch, you're good. But off they move to the 2nd village. The troops get some healing as you move through, and also you get a reinforcement troop. If it were a regular attack, you could switch this out, but since it's a challenge, we have the Boxer Giant. Boxer Giant onto the double cannon, followed by a Night Witch, and then the battle machine instantly presses ability to the other. If you do have any other troops left over, feel free to use them onto any of the defenses, but I will let this one play out in case you did only hold on to, for example, one Night Witch, and it's a good time to remind you that you can support my channel using code JUDO. You can use a creator's code by pressing the C in the top right of the shop before any purchases in Clash of Clans. It does help to support the channel massively, and it is much appreciated, my friends. With this village down, that is 6 more stars added to your total. You will get those rewards in no time. Builder Hall 7 unlocks you the dropship, and if you have seen my troop abilities explained video, you know how powerful this is. Start though with the battle machine onto the gold mine. He will walk to the left of the base and in towards the air bombs. Notice in addition to this, there is only the 2 archer towers that can fire at air troops. So the plan is to use one dropship onto the northern crusher, one to the southern crusher, and then only 2 minions onto each of the buildings on the outside of the base. Hold on to the others, I will explain why in a moment. Focus back to the battle machine. Once he has taken out all of the buildings on the outside and starts attacking the wall, use his ability. At level 3, he can actually chain through 2 other buildings. This gets the air bombs down very quickly, and since we hold on to a bunch of minions, it means the undeployed ones will also have their passive long shot ability in the next stage, which again deals extra damage. The fully undeployed camp of minions, if this was a regular attack, we would actually be allowed to switch out in the next stage, but since it's a challenge, we're stuck with the troops we have. A very similar principle on stage 2 though, battle machine from the left. It's going to take out the roaster, then start with the minions actually and spread all of them very quickly around this right side, followed by the 3 dropships as well. This is so we can hold on to the dropship ability because I want to show you a really neat way of using it. The battle machine ability, as soon as it is moving in towards the roaster, feel free to use it. Doesn't matter if it's level 3 or not, you just need that roaster and firecrackers down ASAP. Now, as the dropships move over the auto hut, you can use their abilities right as it's about to go down. This means that the bomb can take out a bunch of the zappies. You are fine in this scenario because you have so many minions, but it's just cool to see them get blown up in the middle of the base. Builder Hall 8 brings the Power Pecker, and we're going to use one of them into each channel of the base. If you are finding this video helpful, we do only have a small percentage of viewers subscribed to the channel, so if you want more education but entertaining videos, I'd obviously recommend subscribing. Battle machine on top of the battle machine statue to begin. 1 pecker to the left, 1 up north, and 1 over there next to the battle machine. Now reinforce with the giants, 1 to the left, 1 up top. The pecker up north will have its ability go off automatically. You could trigger this early, but it will go off to wipe out the crusher. Keep an eye on your battle machine. Just hold on to the ability until he gets to the crusher. As soon as it gets to the crusher though, press the ability. So there we go. Doesn't matter if it's stage 2, 3, whatever, just press it, get that crusher down ASAP. This will try and hold on to your pecker abilities. 1 Raged Barbarian onto each of the Tesla on the back end, and just save onto the other 2. Again, we can utilize that Raged bonus in stage 2, but we've also been able to keep a bunch of troop abilities to help us in that second stage as well. For any of the stages, if I am fast forwarding the gameplay for the first stage, feel free to just pause the video until you are at the point of continuing on the second stage as well, if you're following along at the same time. Notice the new hero icon. This is the Battle Copter, so we want to try and take down the firecrackers before using that. Any giants and pecker you have remaining, start up by the auto hut, deploy the giants first, then the pecker. Just wait on the barbarians for the moment until you get in towards the auto hut, because you want the double cannons to try and lock onto the giants if possible. Trigger their abilities if you wish early, but then send in any barbarians you have left over. With regards to the P.E.K.K.A ability, try and use those as they approach the roaster to take that down quickly. Minions towards the outside of the base, and honestly, we don't even need the battle copter, but send it in over the back area of the base as well. Its ability will accelerate it forward towards a defense whilst also doing damage with a bomb. So ideally, you would use that onto the archer tower if needed. However, once the ground troops have taken out those air targeting defenses, you're good to go. Battle copter for the win. Builder Hall 9 brings the Hog Gliders. We will save on to a couple of those to utilize their stun effect in the second stage. Battle Machine above one of the army camps, Power P.E.K.K.A above the other. Try to place them slightly in over so they move towards the Battle Machine altar. As they move to the cannon, one Hog Glider to each of the double cannons, one to each of the archer towers, one to each of the firecrackers, then another one to each of the double cannons. Battle Machine ability, once he is attacking the Crusher to try and get that down as soon as possible, then the Hog Riders will help with the defenses in the middle of the base. In a regular attack, even if the Battle Machine goes down in stage 1, you can still actually use the Battle Copter in stage 2, but more than enough health here. Whilst this plays out, if you have not voted yet, I was nominated the Mobile Gaming Content Creator of the Year at the Mobile Gaming Awards. I am the only Clash of Clans representative throughout the entire thing, so it would really mean a lot if you voted for me. Takes 1 minute. There is a link in the description and the pinned comment. Let's see if we can get Clash of Clans up on the big stage. Thank you for the support. But moving on to stage 2 of this attack, we have the Battle Copter, which we are going to use to the top left of this double cannon. There we go. It will snipe that off. Attacks non-defensive buildings as well, so it will take out those army camps before taking down the Crusher. Once that is taken out, we will use our reinforcement giant to the right by the reinforcement camp, and then the P.E.K.K.A as well, before sending the Hog Riders in from the left and the bottom of the base to reinforce the Battle Copter. But I'll explain it as we go. And let that Battle Copter do its thing. It is charging up its abilities up to level 3, to be fair. Once the Crusher is down, get ready with your giant, and also take note of the Hog Glider to the left of your giant. Giant, P.E.K.K.A. Now select the Hog Glider to the left and start deploying those in. One towards the Firecracker, one towards that Tesla, then again with the other Hog Riders. Now we can circle in from the bottom, two to each of the defenses, and then one to that reinforcement Tesla. As the auto hut goes down, if the ability hasn't gone off already, which it shouldn't have, use it as the hut goes down, because you can then one-shot the zappies. Watch this. All of them gone. I love that. I love doing that with the Battle Copter ability, with the Baby Dragon ability, the Dropship ability. It looks so cool. Just let these troops finish off the rest of this base, and then we can move to Builder Hall 10 to get you your 6 stars and beat the entire Bonanza event. To get your Shovel of Obstacles, you do have to 6-star Builder Hall 10, but who doesn't want to beat this entire thing anyway? The Electric Fire Wizard. Follow the line of this wall along, move up 1 tile. That's where you're going to deploy him and instantly press the ability. So there we go. Switch him to electric mode. Same on the other side. Electric mode. Then you can watch as the new defense in that of the Expo is wiped out in no time. With a giant, deploy that in front of the wizard before the lab goes down. Same on the other side. Battle Machine to the left army camp. Power P.E.K.K.A to the right. This absorbs the fire of the multi-mortar, takes down the guard post troops, and leave the wizards in electric mode. They are slower in electric mode, but it keeps them behind the other troops to hopefully keep them protected. As the Battle Machine moves down towards the firecrackers, press the ability. Keep an eye. Notice that the wizard on the left has run out in front a little bit than the wizard on the right. So as soon as the firecracker goes down, that's where we're deploying the baby dragon to the left. Then switch the wizards back to fire mode so that they are faster and can help to take down those defenses. Hold on to all of the other abilities. You've only got the P.E.K.K.A and the baby dragon, to be fair, but it does mean we have that for the second stage. And by holding on to the wizards, even if you lose one of them, it's not the end of the world. We will be good to get you your 6 stars. We did get reinforcement troops in that of the sneaky archers and a baby dragon. So we're going to start out with some funneling. Start with 2 sneaky archers to the gold storage up top here. here, and then 1 to this elixir collector in the middle. Your giants might not survive, but if you do have 1 or 2 of them, deploy it from the left alongside the battle machine, and then the P.E.K.K.A onto the storage. Just hold on to the other stuff for the moment. We've set the funnel. We're going to let these troops start to move around. Get ready with that next sneaky archer. They might move to the outside of the base. They did in this case, but as the Tesla pops, place the archer on top of it. Now move to the other side of the base. There's limited air coverage. Place 1 of the baby dragons towards the double cannon. Tesla pops. Place the other on that Tesla. Back up to these troops. You can notice that the lava launcher ability has gone off. So deploy 1, or if you have 2, your wizards onto the firecracker to the left. Battle machine ability might go off by itself, but if he is attacking the wall to get to the center, feel free to use it at that stage. And as the auto hut goes down, if a baby dragon is there, use the sneeze ability to instantly wipe out the zappies. It is incredibly funny to watch that happen, but this will help you get the 6 star. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Best of luck, my friends. Feel free to drop a subscribe, and if you want to see all of my videos for Builder Hall 10, I have them linked on your screen. Enjoy the rest of your day.